are now listening to Lower Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, Doug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lower Road Radio.
Let's get it.
What? At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lower Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. How you doing today?
I said I wasn't going to talk about this.
Yeah?
I'm back on keto.
Well, then why are you talking about it?
Because I changed my mind. I'm going to talk about it.
You have that right.
Keto is, as of a year ago, changed my life. I lost 65 pounds.
It's a lot of pounds.
That's a lot of poundage. Mm-hmm. And I put about 40 back on.
Okay.
So when I went off of keto,
right,
I'm back on.
Right.
So I haven't lost anything yet.
Since?
Like a week.
Okay.
But I haven't even been religiously weighing
feel?
myself. I haven't really hit that wall.
Did you have the keto flu?
Not yet. I haven't hit that. Once I hit that wall, then I know I'm in ketosis.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it happens over the weekend because I still need to go to work.
Right.
So I'm hoping it hits on Saturday. I can just spend all day in bed. Sunday, I'll be in full ketosis.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened the first time. When I hit that keto flu, I was in bed for a whole day.
It was awful.
It was bad.
I felt like crap.
Once you get through that wall, you feel great.
Yeah.
Better energy. You're not hungry.
Yeah.
And this time around, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to do the Fat Bomb coffee.
Okay.
I'm not going to load it up with the cream and the coconut.
There'll be less calories.
Less calories. So like liquid calories is the number one like hidden thing that Americans don't see. They consume like 1,000 calories
a day
in just beverages.
Yeah, that's the thing that I've been doing now for I don't know how many months is I don't have any. The only thing like calories that I'll have in my liquid is every once in a while I get like a strawberry iced tea, but it's an unsweet tea with that they just put chunks of strawberry in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is, very insignificant as far as calories go.
But strawberries are still of keto friendly.
They're good for you. So, but other than that, unsweet tea, black coffee, water, and seltzer water.
Right.
No diet pop, although it doesn't have calories. I still think it's worse for you than regular pop.
I agree.
And no diet pop, no sweet anything, no lemonade, none of that.
Drink seltzer water.
Seltzer water, black coffee, unsweet tea. That's pretty much all I drink.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I miss it.
No, I don't either.
I finally really got to a place where, I think the hardest thing for me is it's nice to drink something sweet sometimes.
Yes.
But you just have to change your thinking. And then once you train your brain to not really care about it, it's fine. It doesn't matter. So, good. Very good.
It's going to be hard to get back into it, but once I'm into it, I'll be fine because I've done it before.
All right.
I know what it takes.
We wait with bated breath. All right, so let's get into our three things. Well, I guess let me say this. I just want to make a statement. This isn't one of my three things. I always ask you how you're doing, and you.
Oh, how are you doing?
Okay. Wow. First time
it
after
took
like
5 years,
300 episodes, you finally asked me how I was doing. Too little, too late. I watch a decent amount of HGTV.
Okay.
It's like the only thing that Erica and I can watch together.
The Venn diagram.
It comes together on HGTV. Fixer-upper kind of shows.
I gotcha.
And I have an opinion that I believe, this is an exterior home opinion, that I believe within 50 years I will be proven right. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Shutters are dumb. They're pointless. They serve no purpose.
Because they don't actually
shutters aren't even shutters anymore.
Well,
they're just a piece of plastic
decoration
that you screw into the side of your house.
Unless you live on the beach.
Right.
And
if it's a real shutter, that's different. All right. I'm talking about decorative shutters. They don't even match the size of the windows.
Well,
you put
I
little
don't
shutters
know
on the side of big windows.
how it is like in Canada or Alaska or parts really, really far north, but I bet they also have shutters for cold.
I'm not against real shutters.
It sounds like you said shutters are going to be a thing of the past. Like they were going to be marked as stupid.
Vanity shutters.
Okay, see, that's a different comment.
Will be a thing of the past.
Okay.
I think that for a long time, obviously everything probably had shutters because of the way homes were made.
And windows were awful.
Right. Yeah, and the windows were awful.
They weren't
Things got
sealed
better,
properly, yeah.
But you just felt like there should be a shutter there.
It
but I
felt
think
missing,
people
yeah.
are growing, and
Yeah.
I think 50 years from now, like it'll be like, why a shutter? Or maybe it'll take 100 years. I don't know how long it'll take. But I always look at houses with shutters, and I just think they're dumb, and I don't like them.
Fake shutters.
Fake shutters.
Yeah.
Yes. Once again, all for real shutters. 100%.
I actually prefer real shutters.
Yeah, real shutters.
I wish I could use real shutters on my house.
It's also, since we're on the topic, one of the best named things of all time. Somebody at one point coined the phrase, "Those are shutters."
Hey,
Well, we need something on the outside of the windows that'll close.
we need to shutter up.
They need to shut. We need to shut the windows, so we need some kind of shutter on the windows. Will this work for a shutter? Yeah, those are shutters.
Yeah,
I mean,
to shut the window
The
up.
more you
Shutter.
say the word shutters, the more you realize it's kind of a silly thing, but I love it.
Shutters.
The fact that they're called shutters is great.
Shutter up.
Once again,
Yeah.
could not be more for
Like
real shutters.
That's right.
Yeah, actual working shutters. Like if you lived, I would say like if you lived like in Florida, where they have hurricanes,
storms.
right?
Yeah.
Because they board up the windows sometimes.
Right.
Why don't you get yourself a pair of shutters for those windows that are real, so you can shut them.
Well,
right?
here's the thing.
when
I
the
lived
storm's coming.
in Oklahoma where there was massive storms, like hailstorms and tornadoes and all stuff. Now, shutters aren't going to prevent a tornado.
No.
But there's flying debris.
Or-
Things
yeah.
go flying in the
Yeah,
windows.
If
all
you're in the
sorts of stuff.
vicinity of the tornado,
That's right.
it could help save your window.
Right.
So, vanity shutters or whatever you call them, they're dumb, and I don't like the way they look. But
So, are you like exterior?
Specifically-
But do you like stucco? Do you like?
well, I like trim around the window.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the exterior of the house because I
Yeah,
think it makes a
I
difference.
like trim around the exterior window of the house.
On the side of the house
Yes.
between the window and the door.
All the kind
Do you
of
have siding? Do you have
yeah, I mean,
stucco? Do you prefer natural brick or stone?
I could go with a lot of those different things. I like different. I
Log
like
cabin.
log cabins are good. Once I worked on a log cabin, did the drywall for a log cabin. That all of the logs were made of old telephone poles.
Really?
It was really cool. And then they just put like 10 layers of this clear coat thing on them,
Yeah.
It was really awesome. And they still kept like wherever they had like the plaques with the numbers and stuff that was still on
Yeah.
there. It was
Yeah.
it was a cool house. So all sorts of exteriors.
By the way, did you notice?
Oh, I don't like vinyl siding though. I will say that.
Well, this is why I asked. Because you're an HGTV guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in a similar sense, and I don't know if you saw this story on Star Wars Episode 5, when Luke is hanging upside down in the cave, and he reaches out for his lightsaber. On the base of the lightsaber, you can see it where it's stuck into the snow. It actually says property of like New York City,
Really?
or New Jersey Police and Fire
Oh.
or whatever, because it was an old flashlight.
Yeah.
That they had stripped apart.
Sure.
Actually, it wasn't a flashlight. It was like a camera. It was a camera light.
Yeah.
That flashed.
Right.
But on the bottom of it, it was labeled that. And for the longest time, like you would never see it because nothing was HD.
But now it's HD.
And everything's
That's funny.
HD.
I went to look it up.
And it's crazy. Hey, can I take a 5-minute potty break?
Take a break. That's fine. We are back and better than ever, as Mike Greenberg says.
Is he still in the air anymore?
Not radio, but he's got that "Get Up, Come On, Get Up" show.
I don't like it.
I like him.
No,
And
he's fine.
Michelle Beadle used to be on it. She was pretty good
I like
on
Michelle Beadle.
it. The new chick, not so much. And Jalen Rose is on it a lot.
I'm not a big Jalen Rose
Not
fan.
a huge Jalen Rose fan. And then there's just the other people that they have on it. Every once in a while, there's a guy I'm like, oh, I like this guy. But just in general, don't like the people they have on the show.
I totally
A lot of
agree.
ex-athletes. Just in general, I'm opposed to listening to ex-athletes.
Well,
They're not the sharpest tacks in
Listen.
the drawer.
I think it depends on what you're asking.
Mount Rushmore of ex-athletes that work in sports media. Tony Romo's pretty good.
I like Tony Romo.
And he's one that I actually care about listening to. Charles Barkley.
Who's the? Are we doing all time?
Sure.
Pat Summerall.
He was like a kicker in the 30s. I don't know if that counts.
Why not? He was an ex-athlete.
All right. Pat Summerall.
Frank Gifford.
No, he was not good. You remember him as being good because you were a kid when he did Monday Night Football, but he was not as good as you think he is. Tony Romo is really good. He's actually
I like Romo calls out the play before it happens.
Right. Romo's good. I think Chuck is good. Is there a baseball guy that's good? Kruk? Do you like Kruk?
Yeah, he's more of a studio personality rather than play-by-play. Are we just doing?
I just said media
personalities
that are ex-athletes.
What about a golfer? Is there an ex-golfer?
I mean, there are no ex-golfers. They just golf till they die.
That is true.
So it feels like there should be a baseball guy out there that's pretty good.
Well, see, a lot of the older baseball guys go back into managing.
Yeah.
They played, and then they go into managing.
I like Smoltz okay.
He's okay.
He's all right. I don't know if he belongs on this Mount Rushmore.
I don't know. I mean, my favorite broadcasters are the Brennemans.
Yeah.
Marty and
Tom
Brenneman. But they're not athletes.
Yeah. This is a tough one.
Chris Welsh.
Chris Welsh?
Yeah, he's a pitcher for the Reds. Now he does.
Okay. No. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of another one that I really like. I like Romo. I like Barkley. And Pat Summerall, fine. I mean, I still don't think he counts, but
I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I just can't think of a lot.
I agree. I'm not a ginormous fan.
I mean, there must be one I'm overlooking, but I can't think of it.
I'm sure that there is. And it's probably similar to managing. The best players in the world do not become great managers.
Right. It's rare that you have both.
Right. And if you have a player that was not very good at all, but he understood the game, he worked really hard, he becomes a good manager.
I'd like to give Peyton Manning a chance in the booth. I feel like he could do a good job.
Maybe.
Well, he could do the Romo thing.
Well, listen, Peyton Manning is great, like SNL and like scripted things.
He's funny.
I just don't know on the fly.
We don't know.
We don't know.
All right. Jason, every week we come in with 3 things that we got to talk about. What is your first thing?
Okay, so this thing is scheduled to happen on September 20th. It's a Friday from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'm not sure if you've seen this.
3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Uh-huh. It's going to happen at Groom Lake, which is Area 51. It's in Nevada.
I've seen tons of Area 51 memes. I have no idea what it's talking about.
So on Facebook.
So you're gonna educate me.
Yes.
Why I'm seeing all of these
on Facebook.
Okay, good.
There was a small group of people create a Facebook page that says the title of the event. They created an event. The event is Storm Area 51. They can't stop us all.
Okay.
And so the idea is that this scheduled event people are registering for. Let me see if I can look really quick and just see how many people have registered on this one site.
Is it going to happen?
It's possible.
What's the date?
There's 2.8 million people who have registered.
So what, like 20 of those people are actually going to do it?
Some people will show up. I don't know how many. But imagine if 2.8 million, let's just round it off to 3 million. If 3 million people stormed Area 51.
It's true, they couldn't stop them all.
They couldn't stop them all. Now, so many memes are coming off of this. I think it's hilarious.
I've seen all the memes, but I have no context. Now
Yeah, well, that's what it is. About. And so, right now, I'm just going to go ahead and click I'm interested.
There's a lot of people like you that are interested.
I didn't click going. I clicked I'm interested.
Okay, all right.
So I am interested in this. Here's where they have a problem. I mean, there's lots of problems with this. Don't tell the government that you're going to storm Area 51 like 3 months ahead of time.
Right.
If there really are aliens or UFOs or whatever, that stuff's going to be gone. They're going to move it.
So here's
if they
the
thought it
question.
was a legitimate thing that 3 million people are going to rush it.
Yeah. If you're Donald Trump or whoever's in charge, what do you do? What's the correct response?
For this particular thing, or are you talking about aliens, UFOs in general?
No, this particular thing. And let's just assume that there's stuff in there that they don't want people to see. Now, if there's nothing in there that you really care about that much, Well, then
Well, I would say at this point, for real, Area 51 is just a cover.
it's pretty high profile.
It's high profile. Only recently, like in the last 15 years, did the government even come out and say that they recognize Area 51.
like it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. Bob Lazar was the very first one.
Yeah, he was.
You see, you're mocking me. I actually care about this stuff. Bob Lazar
Yeah.
worked at Area 51, and he came out and he had an interview with George Knapp and basically broke the story that there's a place at Groom Lake, it's a dry lake bed, that it's referred to as Area 51, that they're flown in by airplane every day, that they're bussed in, from Las Vegas, all these things, that there's alien and UFO technology and their reverse engineering equipment. There were isotopes and the periodic chart. There were what are those called?
You lost me.
Listen, he said that this element exists.
Yeah.
Element like 112.
Sure.
At the time, it did not exist.
Yeah.
Science did not recognize it.
Yeah.
And he said this element is what the aliens use to power their UFOs.
Right.
And 20, 25, 30 years later, scientists have come out and said this element exists
Yeah.
and A, B, and C, and it can do this,
Bob
and this.
Lazar was right.
30 years ago, 35 years ago, he was right.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar was building like rocket propelled cars like at age 6. Like, I mean, he set off a bomb in his garage once on accident when he was like in elementary school.
Anybody can do that.
Listen, it happens. What I'm saying is Area 51 is real.
Okay.
There are real things going on there. Now, whether you say it's happening from other planets or not,
Yeah.
that's a whole different argument. I tend to think that, yes, maybe that's a strong possibility. But even if you don't think that, the highest security, highest profile technology comes from the stealth bomber. It started in there. And nobody even knew about it prior to the first Gulf War. The first Gulf War is when they actually put them out to real
So what's the
application.
date again?
September 20th.
Oh, we got some time.
Yeah,
before that
there's
happens.
lots of time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying, I think we could schedule it. Maybe we do a live broadcast from there.
Sure. I don't see a reason why not. I really don't.
Tickets to Las Vegas are pretty cheap.
They are. That's
Like
true.
round trip, $99,
How far is Las Vegas from Area 51?
like an hour drive, I think,
Okay.
something like that.
All right, let's do it. All right, my first thing of the week. Baseball's starting to get interesting.
Is it?
Sure. And I have a couple of baseball things to talk about. Actually, so my first thing is 3 small things about baseball.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there's one thing that I looked up at baseball today. I was curious, because this, I guarantee you, this is not going to be one of your things.
Okay.
So I just want to get this out of the way first before we get confused in your 3 things.
Got it.
The Reds, the Cincinnati Reds, their run differential is
Yeah.
plus 35.
I know.
Plus 35.
I know.
They are 5th in the National League.
Yeah, I know.
5th in the National League in run differential.
I've looked this up.
And yet they are the worst team.
Just a couple of weeks ago, they were plus 50, I think. So, yeah, no, it's crazy. Baseball's weird. in
It's
that
very
way.
weird.
But
There's
it's
multiple teams beating them
Yeah, if you're
that have
Reds,
a negative
I think
ratio.
it's promising, though. As a Reds fan,
The
I think
offense is there,
There's
yeah.
a long season to go, and they've just had some bad breaks. They get some good breaks for the rest of the year. Maybe
They're
they can
only-
edge in there.
They're last in the Central, which it's been that way for years now. But they're only
Are
like
they
6
last
or
in the Central?
Yeah,
Oh.
but they're only 6 or 7 games out.
Right.
That's the crazy part.
They could do it.
You go on a streak and you beat the Cardinals and some.
I think either way, it's a good young team. I think there's reasons to be optimistic about next year.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Baseball. I got 3 things. You
Okay,
ready?
go.
Ray Caldwell, Cleveland Indians pitcher, 1919, was struck by lightning while pitching, but regained consciousness to finish out his complete game. So
I
I
love
thought
that.
that would give you an opportunity to talk
That's-
about how baseball players and athletes today are wimps.
They are wimps.
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind would do that today.
Well, in
Struck by
1919
lightning. So obviously he lost consciousness.
Yeah, but
because
then
he regained it.
Then he regained.
So he passed out on the mound.
Yeah.
They run out there, probably throw some ice water on him.
Yeah.
Well, ice wasn't even invented. Did they have refrigeration back then? I don't know.
But
But
he's
they
like,
resuscitate him, right?
Yeah. I'm good, coach.
Okay.
I'm good, Skip.
Walk it off.
Keep me in.
Yeah.
All right. And then he finished a complete game.
I
Guys
love
don't
it.
even throw complete games anymore, let alone after being struck by lightning.
Now, okay, so really quick,
Yeah.
with the sissy athlete of today, my son Gideon was playing in his tournament,
Yeah.
which they went undefeated the whole year, won the tournament, won
Yeah.
the regular season, everything else. So it was the second to last game. They're playing at Leroux, and he hits a ball, and it's like a bang-bang play at first base, and he actually trips over the bag because the the first baseman dropped the ball and bumped shoulders, and Gideon tripped over the bag. Turned his ankle. The ankle started immediately swelling up.
Yeah.
He's standing on first base, and he's like crying, holding his ankle. I'm like, walk it off, and he walked it off. Coach like, are you good? And he turns to me, the coach. He's like, Dad, is he good? I'm like, he's good. Let him go.
Yeah.
He ran around, scored the run to
Win the game.
win the game, right? And that's the mentality that we need to teach our kids.
Okay, there it
No,
is.
it's for real.
No, I agree.
Listen, you get to sniffles at work.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling good. I need
Yeah.
to go home. No, listen, finish your shift out,
Yeah.
Daisy.
Toughen up. You're out west.
Holy
That's
cow.
what we would say to our kids. All right, next MLB thing. Major League Baseball is looking into new rules.
I hate new rules.
Have you heard of stealing first base?
No.
This is a rule in which the batter may run to first base on any pitch that is dropped by the catcher, regardless of the count.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually love this.
Apparently, they did it in a minor league game or
Okay.
something to test it out. So it's like a real thing. Yeah.
Think about this. Sometimes if there's nobody on the bag and they throw at the runner, like in the butt,
Yeah.
he dodges it and it goes right past him.
It really adds a whole new element. Now, baseball purists aren't going to like it because it's like,
love
but
this.
you like it.
I love that. That's the. Why are we not doing that right now? Because like on a third pitch strike, if the catcher drops it,
Yeah, you can run.
you can run. And I've always thought, even in Little League Baseball, that's a rule. If it's where it's over the catcher's head, you don't see it in the pros that much. But if it's like a crazy wild pitch and the catcher has no chance of getting it, swing the bat and run to first.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So this is not even a swing the bat situation. This is
Any passed ball, you can steal. If you attempt and you get thrown out, you can't.
and you're out.
That's
yeah,
right.
you can't go back. So it's a risk.
Oh, I love this so much.
All right.
This is my new favorite thing.
Maybe
I
it'll
want
happen.
this to happen.
All right, last but not least, baseball-wise, this was awesome. I don't know if you know about the Tyler Skaggs stuff.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So Tyler Skaggs, Angels pitcher, dies. And the next opportunity that they have, because it's like All-Star break, all that kind of stuff, the Angels dedicate the game to him.
Everybody's
at
wearing
their
a
next
Skaggs
home.
jersey.
Everybody is
Yeah.
wearing a Skaggs jersey. And the Angels throw a combined no-hitter,
Which never happens.
which never happens while they're all wearing Skaggs jerseys. And do you know the next thing I'm going to say?
I don't know.
The last time a no-hitter was thrown in California was the day Tyler Skaggs was born.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
July, whatever, 1991 or something like that.
Is that divine intervention?
Angels in the outfield, right?
It has to be.
Yeah.
absolutely.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yes. That's a movie.
That's a flippin' movie, my friend.
That is a movie. Disney, get on it.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it was like, I actually watched a little bit of the game, but it was just the beginning, to see it. And then, but the Angels went up like 8-0 quick. I mean, they
Right.
hit
So like it wasn't a game.
Yeah, Mike Trout batted around the order, but still, to throw a combined no-hitter, it's even better. To honor Skaggs, it's even better that it's a combined no-hitter than a one-person no-hitter.
Right.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Because it's like the whole team really did it together, wearing the Skaggs jerseys.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
And then at the end of the game, like it was spontaneous. They all laid him out on the mound.
Yeah.
Like it was a powerful.
It was really powerful.
I saw some highlights of it. I'm sitting there crying in my
Yeah.
bedroom watching
Baseball's
it.
pretty awesome for that.
I love baseball.
All right. Baseball's great. So that was my first thing, baseball. All right. What you got? What's your next thing?
Okay, so my second thing, have you seen this? The
What?
FaceApp?
I've seen the FaceApp. Yeah. I
You've
feel like
used the
I was
FaceApp.
early on the FaceApp.
You were on the early side.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say this. I saw it yesterday or 2 days ago, like when it first started happening, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Like there's an aging booth
Yeah.
app. This is just a new version of that.
Right. It's pretty good, though.
It is pretty good. And so at work today, I had some downtime. And so I played around with a handful of pictures and posted them online, and I am obsessed with it now. So I took a picture of my son, did that. He was laughing. He looks like a little old lady. It's pretty great. But I started reading a little bit about this, and apparently the DNC, Democratic National Convention Committee, whatever it is, those leftists
Right.
are urging people not to download this app
Right.
because when you download it and click, yes, I agree to these terms,
Right. Vladimir Putin gets everything in your inbox.
gets everything.
Yeah.
Like the Russians, so what app, or FaceApp or whatever it's called, is actually owned by a Russian company that's based in Russia.
Yeah.
And somehow the Democrats are thinking that everybody's going to download this app. All the Russians have access to all the American cell phones, and somehow it's going to trigger a Trump re-election because the Russians will hack this system through cell phones and allow another Trump victory. I don't know why the Russians love Trump so much.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, that's bizarre to me, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay.
I mean, if it gets Trump reelected, I'm downloading the
So
app.
download the FaceApp. That's
It's
the
pretty
message. It is a lot of fun, especially with kids. Have you done it with a baby yet?
No.
It's disturbing.
No.
It's a real Benjamin Button situation.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
No,
disturbing.
I haven't. So, yeah. So you can kind of trick the app a little bit. So there's a button all the way to the right in the bottom in the settings. It says layout. And if you click layout, there's a little 4-square box. You can click that box. It kind of opens up the other features. Right? And so it doesn't give you the full picture, but you can like change your hair color. You can change
The aging thing.
different options. Because currently, the current setup, like the free version of it,
Yeah.
you can just do the old age app. There's a couple of things that you can do, tweak it a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's a bunch of other options that you can do.
The pro version.
The pro versions. Yeah.
All right. So that's your second thing?
yeah, the
All
FaceApp.
right. My first thing was baseball. My second thing is basketball.
Ooh.
We are in the middle of the craziest offseason in the history of the NBA, right?
I don't know if it's the craziest.
I mean, I don't ever remember anything so drastic happening.
There's a lot of
MVP
movement. Yeah.
of the finals switched teams. Like that
I think
that has literally never happened before.
yeah, to me, it was a pretty crazy move when the best player in basketball joined the best team in basketball.
Yeah.
When Durant joined
Yeah.
Golden
Yeah,
State,
but
that was like,
that
oh
was
my
crazy,
gosh.
but there seems like there's so much shifting happening.
Right now, there's a huge shift.
So you've got now the Brooklyn Nets.
Durant and Kyrie.
Although Durant's not going to play next year.
Yeah, but it'll be fine.
Okay. So that's one. Now, we're not on the three.
Did you know
We're on the duos now. The dynamic
Kevin
duos.
Durant next year will make more money not playing basketball than any Major League Baseball player's current salary?
I believe it.
That is nuts.
Yeah, it is crazy.
That's crazy.
So we've got. So we're no longer the what do they call it? The three. What was the
Big three?
The big three. We don't have the big three anymore. It's the dynamic duos. So you've got Kyrie and Durant in Brooklyn, and then in
I think Houston is huge.
Houston, obviously
Westbrook and
Harden. I don't
yeah.
think. Well, I am on the record at saying that Westbrook is never going to win a championship, but I think that's going to be the most fun team to watch.
Oh, gee, they're going to score 120 points in the first half.
Yeah, so that's huge. Then obviously LeBron and Anthony Davis
That's a
in
big
LA.
one. Yeah.
Now, have you heard the whole number thing that happened? So they both are number 23, and LeBron said on Twitter or whatever that he was going to go back to number 8 or whatever he was.
For the Heat.
But Nike stepped in and said, no, you're not.
Really?
We still want you at the number 23. I guess they probably had a pretty big investment into LeBron jerseys.
Yeah, but at that point, it's vintage.
I would think so, too.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much Nike had to do with it. So what happened was they
How can Nike say that?
I don't know. Anthony Davis took the hit, and now he's number 3. And I feel like they really missed out on an opportunity here. Apparently, number 3 was like his number. He's been number 23 since like 7th grade. So this like goes all the way back to like elementary school. His
Right.
last number was 3 before 23.
Right.
I feel like they missed a huge opportunity to say, you know what? We're not individuals. We're a team, right? And so one should be 2 and the other one should be 3 together for 23.
I like that. That'd be perfect.
I know. It's a real missed opportunity. So, so you've got Durant and him, and you still got Clay and Curry,
Yeah. And there's a new Clippers.
and then the Clippers, George and Kawhi, and then Boston, Kemba Walker and Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, whatever.
then you got some other teams that are just
well,
good.
first of all,
Like
I feel
Utah's really good.
Boston's just good all the way around.
Yeah, and Milwaukee's good all the way around.
That's right.
Utah's good all the way around. I think the Mavericks are sneaky good all the way around.
Porzingis is there now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his face? Luka Doncic?
Yes.
He's a lot of fun.
That's good. That Dallas team would be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I liked it. So I just feel like the NBA is in a really fun place right now.
It's still West heavy.
Do you know the longest tenured player in the league? In other words, the person that is still with the team that he was drafted on, the longest.
I don't know.
Stephen Curry.
Really?
Yeah.
How long has he been there?
Let me see if I can tell you.
That is crazy.
I don't have the year.
That doesn't even hardly make
your
sense.
brain doesn't compute with
Yeah.
that, does it? Yeah, I know.
That is
Stephen
bizarre.
Curry. I think it was maybe.
Did Westbrook get drafted?
I'm wondering if Westbrook was
Yeah.
before Curry.
Yeah.
So it might have been Westbrook.
Boy, man, to me, Westbrook defined Oklahoma City, especially after Durant left.
Yeah, I know. Well, did you see the GM, Sam Presti? Have you seen
No.
what he said? Sam Presti said either today or yesterday, he said that Westbrook was the most important player in the history of the Oklahoma City franchise.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, it's just a bit of a,
Of course,
of a
though.
reminder to KD that it's not you.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with them. I just thought it was interesting to come out and say it. There's no reason to say it other than you just want Kevin Durant to hear it.
Yeah, well, it's a really sad because listen, I love Oklahoma City. I lived out there.
Listen, if you're Sam Presti, you just got the future of. I mean, any GM would love to have what Sam Presti has right now. He has all the flexibility in the world, and they have Chris Paul, which they can turn into more draft picks.
Yeah, well, they're trying to shop him, but there's not a huge market for
The
Chris
haul,
Paul.
that's fine. Keep him. It doesn't really matter. The haul that they got for Paul George was phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
it was the greatest.
And it happened overnight. Nobody knew it was
Yeah,
happening.
right.
Yeah.
And apparently Kawhi was the one making it all happen in the background. And Kawhi basically told the Clippers, I'm not coming to LA
Unless you get
Paul George.
Right.
And so the Clippers mentality, sure, they gave up a lot to get Paul George.
But it was like a twofer.
But in their mind, they're giving all of this up to get Kawhi and Paul George together. So it's a good deal for them,
Yeah.
I think if you're Oklahoma City, and I've looked at what they've gotten, and they still might get something for Chris Paul. I mean, he's still a commodity.
He
Like,
is.
If you feel like you're a point guard away, I think you take him.
Yeah. I mean, even a guy, I think he'd be a huge benefit to, Milwaukee.
Right.
Just a solid veteran
Sure, yeah.
to come in there with a young team and help run it.
So, yeah, Oklahoma City. And Sam Presti has shown that he knows how to draft. He knows how to do things.
Yeah.
So he's got so many first-round picks over the next, 5 years, crazy amount of first-round picks. So I think Oklahoma City, if they're patient, or you just scrap it and just send them back to Seattle. And it's just that was a great X amount of years.
Oklahoma City had a good run.
They had a good run. They had the Durant Westbrook run, and now we're going to send it back to Seattle with a buttload of draft picks. I'd actually be for that.
I don't know. I mean, Oklahoma City, I would feel horrible for them because they have nothing.
They do love that team.
Seattle has other stuff.
That's true.
Oklahoma.
I still want the Supersonics back in the NBA, though.
No, they belong there.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think? So we've talked about this many times. Let's talk about it one more time, just really quick. The way English, football set up, English soccer, divisions of 12 or 14 or 16.
Yeah.
If we did this in basketball, we could easily have 4 divisions of 12.
Sure.
Right? That
100%.
just bump up and down.
Yep.
We could have 48 different major league. I think Columbus, Ohio could have.
Well,
a
Cincinnati
basketball.
definitely would.
Cincinnati for sure.
I
mean, what I'm saying is you could add 12 more major cities to an NBA basketball
Kansas
list.
City would have a team.
Absolutely.
There'd be lots of places I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that decent sized.
I feel like in the South there would be more opportunity.
It feels like there would be more in the South. Something maybe like Alabama,
Mississippi,
Alabama, Arkansas, in that region.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of
The
fun.
Carolinas. Well, I guess we're
both
Charlotte
on
Bobcats
record.
or Charlotte Hornets or whatever they are.
We're both on
Bobcats.
record as saying 100% that this should be the system in every sport.
Every single sport.
Relegation and promotion.
Absolutely. It would change everything.
Mm-hmm.
Every sport. And I would love to see it because I think you would randomly see a team from Podunk, Idaho like have this run of like high school kids that were phenomenal together,
Right. Yeah.
and just run the table with
Yeah,
something.
you got some team from Des Moines.
So like in baseball, I feel like this could happen the easiest.
Yeah.
You get 2 or 3 pitchers coming up that like the Atlanta Braves, the whole decade in the 90s, they had 4 pitchers that could control
Yeah.
seasons.
And
Not just games, but seasons.
4 pitchers and Mark Lemke. That's all they needed.
That's all they needed. And Julio Franco when he's 89 years old.
Terry Pendleton.
That team offensively was not great.
Boy, who was that shortstop?
It doesn't matter. Chipper Jones.
No. Well, Chipper was young on those last couple of teams,
Yeah.
and he was third base.
There was
Shoot.
it was Justice.
David Justice?
David
He was
Justice was on the-
outfielder. Yeah. Fred McGriff was on that team.
That is true.
But Javier Lopez was the catcher.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty good team.
Listen, the team was solid. What I'm saying is this.
Say it.
In a league where there's relegation and promotion and every city had their own team, you would see a random team with 4 or 5 really great pitchers come up through it and make a run at something. And it would be great. It would be phenomenal. And I really think you would see a lot more competitive ball in every sport, baseball, basketball.
Jeff Blauser.
Jeff Blauser.
That's who I was trying to think
Gosh.
of. Jeff
But
Blauser.
don't you think it would be more competitive too? Like
Yeah,
NBA, you'd have the
100%.
top 12 playing each other constantly.
I'm all for it. I am all for this happening.
Middle 12, bottom 12.
You
Yeah.
think 12? Yeah, 12 is a good number, I
12 is
guess.
a good number. Well, in football, I think 16 would be the perfect number because you'd play everybody once, 15
Right.
games.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
That'd be perfect.
Okay.
I think every sport may be a little bit different, but 12 to 16 would be just about perfect.
All right, there it is.
Can
And
Donald
real
Trump
quick,
just like
before
unilaterally
I
make this
think
happen?
he can do this.
Yeah, we should do
Real
that.
quick, before we move on to your third thing. So who is your prediction for the NBA championship this year? It's up in the air, more than it's ever been, probably since like Detroit Pistons won. Like,
When there was nobody on that team.
yeah, like it's probably more up in the air than it's ever been since then, or maybe since Jordan left. You know what I mean? Like it's really up in the air.
Yeah.
What's your pick?
I'm gonna say Milwaukee.
Yeah, I was thinking Milwaukee too. It depends on how they mature.
Yeah.
And if they stay healthy, all that stuff.
But they can win the East. That's not a problem.
I really like the Chris Paul on Milwaukee thing.
Yeah. I haven't heard any of those rumors.
don't
I
think
just
that
said it.
that's a
But
possibility.
yeah.
But yeah. All right. What's your third and final thing?
okay, so this is kind of sports-ish. I am officially retiring from fantasy football.
Really?
I've been in this league for 20
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
Like longer than I've been married.
This is like Tom Brady retiring.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
So in my 20 years of playing fantasy football, I have been in the championship probably half the time, like 10 times. I've won like once, I think.
Okay.
Got a
So
lot of second places.
Maybe it's not Tom Brady. Maybe it's like the Atlanta
It's
Braves.
more of like the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, so this is like Marv Levy retiring.
I'm the Marv Levy of fantasy
Hey,
football.
that's not a bad
A
spot
lot of
to
second
be in.
places.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Second place, ain't nothing wrong with second place.
Yeah.
But I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And football, of all the sports, I've lost so much interest in American football. I just have. The NFL, I don't. Now I'm gonna have a little appreciation for the Browns and Baker Mayfield.
Well, you know
And
I'm a Browns fan.
I want to see, yes, as of when you visited Cleveland for the first time ever. I'm going to watch the Browns, and that's it. I really could care less about any other team. But for the past 20 years, the first 10 of those years, I watched every game that was on TV.
Basically. Yeah, I mean, you
Every
park
Monday
it-
Night Football, every Thursday Night Football, everything.
Yeah, 3 games on Sunday.
At minimum, yeah. I mean, it's I'm done. I don't care anymore. Now, all I care about,
I don't care anymore.
starting next month,
Ohio State Buckeyes, Cleveland Browns,
in Tottenham.
and Tottenham.
Like, this is all I care about anymore. Like, I just love waking up Saturday or Sunday morning, based on when they're playing, drinking my coffee and watching it.
Did you see they got rid of Trippier?
I did. Well, I don't know if they got rid of him. I mean, he wanted to go somewhere else, sign for more money. Was it Madrid?
Madrid.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think that's a huge loss.
Sanchez is basically stepped up so big last year.
Yeah.
But we're not here to. I mean, that's not one of our things. But
Not tonight.
Yeah, listen. If you,
Soccer season comes up next month.
I am
We'll
more
be right back on
confident
it.
in the fact that soccer is like the greatest sport than ever before, because if you can be converted, then
Listen,
anybody
that's
can.
huge.
Yeah.
You listen to the archives of the radio of our
You
podcast.
trashed it pretty hard.
The first 2 years, hardcore trash.
You were the stereotypical American football, soccer is dumb
Yeah.
fan, and now
I'm
you're
converted.
starting to learn.
I'm converted. I'm full conversion at this point. Mm-hmm. I'm a soccer fan.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Join the rest of the world.
Now listen, I feel like a woman watching football. Is that sexist?
I mean, when you watch soccer,
Yes.
because you're still learning.
I'm still learning the rules.
Yeah.
I am not the expert.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Well, you know more than a woman watching football, though. So, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Don't get crazy.
Yeah.
No, I am fascinated by it, and there's always things where it's like, oh, that's cool. Oh, I didn't know that, and
Well, that's also what FIFA's for. You play FIFA, you learn a lot.
that is true. And like some of these, like Sunderland Till I Die, watching that documentary was phenomenal.
I want them to make 100. I want them to make a documentary about every team.
Yes,
In England.
and I would watch every one.
Now there are some soccer documentaries on Netflix that I don't watch because they're like in French or Spanish.
Yeah.
And I don't mind reading subtitles a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, but the whole time
I can't do it.
it's hard. It's hard for me. I like to read. I just want my TV watching to be my TV watching.
Like that one movie, you remember Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon? I couldn't get through it. I tried to watch it like 4 or
too
5
much.
times, fell asleep every time.
Too much. Yeah.
Can't do it.
All right. Was that your third thing?
Yeah.
All right. My
I'm
third
retired
thing.
from fantasy football.
So my first thing was baseball. My second thing was basketball. My third thing is football. How do you like that?
Really? Wow.
I just want to get your opinion, and this doesn't have to take long, on the proposed NFL schedule change,
Which is what? I don't even know.
which is the NFL owners are pushing hard to get an 18-game schedule in which the rule would be that every player is allowed to play no more than 16 games.
Oh.
Greedy?
Yeah,
Worthwhile?
well, no, it's greedy.
Waters down the product? Brings in more strategy.
It's interesting.
Gives us more games that we care about because they'd be getting rid of 2 preseason games.
It would be interesting, but I think it's stupid. If you want to manage your players like Indianapolis Colts for years, games 16 and 17, Peyton Manning never played. You could still do this if you wanted.
I don't remember the guy. There would be the quarterback. He was like from Wisconsin or something.
Yeah.
That would always come in and play those
There
2
he is.
games. Yep, there's that guy.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it waters down the product.
Yeah.
Like Baker Mayfield right now is the face of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
And if the Browns are on the field, Baker Mayfield better be taking the snaps.
And also, statistically, you're going to get guys that, like, records are going to be broken. Now, I know that they still only have 16 games, but they're going to be able
Fresh. They'll
they're
work
gonna be
their
fresher.
buys, off
if they're
games, stuff
injured
like
or
that,
whatever,
yeah.
instead of missing a game, right? They're still
Yeah.
going to get their
They'll
16
use
games
that
in.
as
So
their-
I think
yeah.
over the next, if they do this, over the next 10 years, we'll see just a run on the record books.
Yeah, no, I think it's absolutely stupid.
Yeah.
And greedy. It's outrageous. I don't like it at all.
Outrageous? Preposterous? Ridiculous.
If you wanted to somehow... No, it's just stupid all the way around.
I agree. Just get rid of the preseason games. There's the
yeah,
answer.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
Make it free to get in and get rid of 2 of them. You know what I mean?
They're doing scrimmages, and you could keep that going.
Yeah, no, totally,
Yeah.
totally. And they don't play real football until they get out for the real game anyway.
Honestly, the preseason football, more than anything else, they cut players because they enter the preseason with like 120-man roster.
They got to whittle it down to
like
60,
60 or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, the team gets cut in half each week. So, but you can do that. You don't have to have preseason to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. I hate football. I like Ohio State football. I like college football.
Yeah.
But the pros, I think I'm done.
Even college football, I don't care about as much.
I still like watching
Because
Ohio
on
State.
Saturday mornings, I used to watch College Game Day, and now I watch soccer.
Yeah, that's true. I do too.
So, yeah, we're coming to your city. I I don't listen to that. I mean, it's not a thing.
Well,
anymore.
here's the thing. So
I'll still watch Corso pick, but that's it.
We're in the state of Ohio, and Ohio State football rules.
That's for sure.
It just does. And so it's difficult on a Saturday not to be around a group of people watching Ohio State football.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
not
it's
opposed. Ohio State football's in my blood. It's a part of my DNA.
Right.
I'll always watch it. But
That's what I'm saying. It'll
I don't
still be
care
there.
about it as much. I
I'm
would
with
say
you.
that.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
This is a Netflix original.
Okay.
It's called
I like many of those.
yes, it's a series, a season. It's a game show.
Okay.
It's called Awake. Have you seen this?
I don't think so.
This is great. They take $1 million in quarters.
Okay. So far I like everything I hear.
They put it in a huge bin in the middle of this room.
Very good.
For 24 hours, there are 12 people sitting at desk around this huge bin of $1 million worth of quarters. And for 24 hours, they take sacks, pick up the quarters, go back to their desk, and count them one by one
Okay.
into a large container. At the end of 24 hours, they have to declare, and they have to count in their head. There's no
Yeah.
pencil and paper.
Oh dear. Okay.
They have to declare what their count is.
Yeah.
They roll out all 12 contestants on the stage.
Yeah.
The person who's the most, who counted the most, is automatically stayed. You know,
Okay.
he stays, and the person that counted the least automatically leaves.
Okay.
So there's an incentive right off the bat to make sure you count.
Right. Yeah.
You can't just like count $1 worth of quarters and say
Good.
that was it.
Right. Okay.
So there's incentives based on how much you can count. Also, based on how much you count is how much you can potentially keep.
Right.
So there's a series of challenges that are difficult to do under normal circumstances, but almost impossible under being awake for 24 hours.
Right.
And they're like hand-eye coordination
While
stuff.
you're trying to remember this number.
Well, no, that doesn't matter anymore because they declare what that number is.
Okay.
So that doesn't matter anymore. But there's different challenges and tasks. A lot of them are hand-eye coordination type of things. And each round, they eliminate the person who did the least. Before they do that, they give people a chance to say, you can buy out right now, walk away for $5,000. You can bow out of the competition.
Yeah.
And if they hit the button, they get $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000.
Okay.
And they can be done.
Okay.
Or they can continue to play.
And
if
possibly win.
And possibly win. So the first round, when it gets down to the very end, they can win however much they counted.
Yeah.
And so in a typical 24-hour period, these guys are counting anywhere from $30,000 in quarters to $40,000 in quarters.
Really? I would not have thought it was that much.
That's a lot of quarters.
That is a lot of quarters. You
So-
just count $1 at a time, right? You do 4 at a time.
Well, I think I count like by 100. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 99, 100. And then that's $25.
Okay.
To me, that's how I would do it. Anyways, that doesn't matter. So they can risk it if they're within $500 plus or minus, accuracy-wise, they can win what everybody counted. So if everybody counted $30,000 times 12, they could have, $300,000.
Pretty good deal.
So they say you can keep your $30,000, whatever you counted, or if you want to risk that, you could walk away with
If
nothing.
you feel like you're within 500.
500 plus or minus. So it's split. Some of these guys say, you know what, I'm happy with 30,000, I'll walk
Yeah.
away. And some people are like, yeah, I want it. A lot of people make it
Yeah.
within that 500.
Yeah.
So at this point now they're like, $250,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they say you can risk it one more time. You can keep that 250,000 or whatever everybody counted.
Yeah.
Or risk it for $1 million.
Yeah.
Get the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
If you're within $50
Oh, dear.
plus or minus.
Did that happen?
So you need to watch this. There was a couple people risk it and landed outside of that $50. There's a couple people did not risk it.
And they landed in.
They landed within $50.
Wow.
That's
Well-
but they still walked away with 200 or 150,000
Not a
whatever,
bad
which
day
is
at
still
the
pretty good,
office.
but not $1 million. It's
Awake.
actually, and it's completely family friendly.
Family friendly.
So I watch it with my kids. They laugh, they chuckle. It's a good binge worthy. Just eating some food, watching some TV.
Yeah.
Awake.
All right. My Netflix suggestion. Can I do 2?
If you want.
There's one.
Is
that's
one
in-
of them Stranger Things?
No, but it's Stranger Things related.
Okay.
David Harbour. Do you know who he is?
No idea.
He is the sheriff.
Oh, I love that guy.
I'm telling you, Jason, every once in a while I'll tell you something to watch.
Yeah.
That I just know you're going to love.
And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
I'm right more than I'm not. Go home and watch his show. It's 30 minutes long. It's a Netflix original. It's called Dr. Frankenstein's Monster's Monster.
Okay, so I saw that as an option.
Yes.
I didn't know that was him.
It's him, and it's the strangest thing you've ever seen. It's like
I've seen some pretty strange stuff.
It's strange.
Okay.
It's original.
It's a Netflix original.
It's a Netflix, yeah. And I'm just saying it's original. It's him playing himself, trying to learn about his father, David Harbour II, and maybe his grandfather, David Harbour I. He's David Harbour III.
Trip.
Yeah. And his dad was a famous actor in plays,
Okay.
And so they're playing, it's like him talking to people, trying to get the bottom of it, while you're seeing footage from this play that he was in, and they're telling you the history of it. It's only 30 minutes long.
I don't get it.
It feels like 2 hours. And you
Why do I want to watch this?
Just watch it. Is
it entertaining?
Brilliant.
Is it funny?
It's so funny, so brilliant. It's so bad on purpose. There are all these continuity errors that they're doing where people are standing in different places the next time the camera shoots on them. You know what I mean? Where
this might hurt me. I don't know
door's
if I can do
open
this.
and then it's closed. It's the quality of the flashbacks are really bad. You know what I mean?
But purposely bad.
Oh yeah, totally on purpose. It's brilliant. It's one of the most original things I've ever seen. And
so
it's only 30 minutes long.
Is it the equivalent of when we first saw things like The Office?
Oh, way stranger. No. Way further than that.
Well, not just strange, but it felt different.
It feels like honestly, the only thing I could compare it to is the first time I saw Monty Python.
Okay.
That, this is something completely different, right?
It's different. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's a totally different stratosphere,
Well, if you're in England, it's different. I mean, they grew up with stuff like that.
Well,
That's
I'm just
weird,
saying, I don't know where...
Is this guy English? British?
No,
Okay.
he's American. Well, I guess his dad kind of has an accent, and he's got a catchphrase that he says in the middle of his thing, and he goes, "And that's how I got into Juilliard." Which is just, I kept on saying that after I watched it. Erica watched it. She did not see the humor I saw.
Yeah.
Although she was laughing. You know what I mean? She would laugh sometimes.
Yeah.
But she was like, "This is so dumb." I was like, "Yeah, but it's pretty awesome."
Okay.
So I want you to watch it because I really think you'll love it.
Okay. Well, it's only 30 minutes.
And he's great.
Yeah. Oh, I like him.
You like him. He's great. But that's not that's my Netflix suggestion to you because I'm curious about what you'll think.
I'll watch it.
My Netflix suggestion of the week is on Netflix. It's called Memory Games. Are you familiar with it?
No.
It is about the World Memory Championships.
Okay.
And they have something like 10 competitions within the World Memory Championships. Remembering, one is you're given, I don't know how long, with a list of faces and names.
Okay.
5 minutes with it or something like that. And then you're just given a page of just the faces, and you have to write the names under it.
Okay.
One is they read. It's random numbers that are read by a computer out loud. Everybody sits there with their eyes shut. It's 450 numbers that they read in a row, random. 9, 3, 7, 5, 9. And they remember them all. And then they write them down in order that they heard them.
Yeah.
One is a speed competition where you're given a deck of cards that is in a random order. You have to look at them as fast as you can. Then the clock stops, and then you pick up another deck and you recreate what you saw.
Wow.
And you test to make sure it's true.
Oh.
And so not only are they following this, but they're talking about how they do it.
Yeah.
And they talk about the Mind Palace.
Yes.
And how that's what all of these people do. They do the Sherlock thing. In fact, do you remember that episode of Sherlock where the one guy, the bad guy, had his own mind palace? Yeah. This guy's in it. He's explaining it.
Okay.
And talking about it.
Is this a Netflix original?
No.
Okay.
But it's good. It's on Netflix. It's called Memory Games. And how they associate. And it sounds, when they explain it, you're like, well, that's more complicated. But they say it's
it's Mind Palace.
This is what you do. And so you to remember numbers, each number has a corresponding letter, and then that letter helps you think of a word, and then that word forms a picture based upon the next number, the next number, the next number. And so it's you create this crazy picture in your head, and that helps you. Then you go back. So you basically, they're like creating a story almost in their head as they're hearing this system of numbers.
Right.
Then they go back to the beginning of their mind palace and they just walk through what they just created, and then they can just write the numbers down.
Oh my gosh, that hurts me. I
These
could never
people-
do that.
These
I could
people
never
are
do
amazing. They're amazing.
that. So it reminds me a little bit, well, of a couple different things. I went to a seminar with Jerry Lucas years and years and years
Yeah,
ago.
he's this kind of guy. Yep.
And so it's like, and he went to Johnny Carson, shook everybody's hand, met everybody face to face before,
Yeah.
in the audience, and then during the show calls them out one by one by name.
All these people
drills
can-
them all.
yeah, all these people can
It's
do this.
outrageous.
Yeah.
So the other thing it reminds me of, I started watching as of 2 or 3 nights ago on Amazon, Monk.
Oh, Monk is good.
So Monk is the American idiot version of Sherlock. Like he kind of goes
Sure.
in and he sees things, he
Yeah.
witnesses things,
He's
he
eccentric.
thinks he can't. You know, I find that funny and fascinating.
Monk is a good show.
It's a solid show.
It is
yeah.
a solid, like, I'm going to.
Well, to me, as I'm watching it, it feels like a classic murder mystery sitcom type of show.
Yeah.
Going back to, it's a hybrid, Columbo, Murder, She Wrote, all these shows. It's
Tony
an hour.
Shalhoub.
I don't know what that is.
That's the guy's name. The actor that plays Monk.
Oh,
He was also on Wings.
he was also in Galaxy Quest.
He was. Oh, yes, he was. He was also in Men in Black.
Oh, yeah.
Not a bad career for old Tony Shalhoub.
I like him. He's funny.
I don't know what he's been in since Monk, to be honest with you.
No, he's good. It's a good show.
All right, so my Netflix suggestion is Memory Games, but I want you to watch Dr. Frankenstein's Monster.
Okay, mine is Awake, and Monk is also good.
All right, that's good. That's good. All right, Jason, anything else before we call it a night? All right, well, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.